Good afternoon. I'm Assistant Chief Scott Dingy with JSO's Crimes Against Persons section. I'm here today with Chief Pike and Detective Cotner of the Neptune Beach Police Department. We're here today to talk about the attempted murder and robbery and kidnapping of 86-year-old Melvin Clark. On Saturday, April 8th at approximately 3:10 p.m., a citizen found Mr. Clark, we didn't know his name at the time, on a dirt road off the Maxville-McClenny Highway, which is actually west of 301, so way out on Jacksonville's west side. Mr. Clark was laying in the dirt, bleeding profusely, and the citizen had no idea what had happened to him. Our patrol officers responded. Mr. Clark was then life-flighted to Orange Park Medical Center, where they were able to save his life. With the help of the Clay County Sheriff's Office and FHP, our officers attempted to identify this individual, which turned out to be Mr. Clark, but were unsuccessful at that time. At approximately 6:05 that same evening, the victim's wife contacted the Neptune Beach Police Department to report that her husband, who had gone out to do some errands, had not returned home. She had attempted to contact him via phone, was unsuccessful, she was concerned. She had received some notifications from her credit card company about some unusual purchases that did not match what Mr. Clark normally would do. So she became very concerned at that point and reported him as a missing person. A silver alert was issued, and his information was then disseminated via the media and law enforcement to be on the lookout for him. That evening, a Clay County detective saw the silver alert and recognized Mr. Clark to be the person that was found cut out on Jacksonville's west side. So they contacted the Neptune Beach Police Department. The detective responded and then confirmed the identity of Mr. Clark. It was determined at that time that several items of property, including the victim's car, were missing. So we being JSO's robbery unit, sent a detective out there to begin an investigation as part of the follow-up for those items being stolen. On Sunday, April 9th at approximately 8:14 p.m., officers of the Miami-Dade Police Department discovered the victim's car abandoned down in Miami. Once that occurred, we sent the detectives from Neptune Beach Police Department, our robbery unit, and our violent crimes impact team down to Miami to follow up leads in the Miami area. In addition, many other detectives worked on that case here in Jacksonville. On Monday, April 10th, we received a tip, came in indicating that a Douglas Searcy, C-E-R-C-Y, white male, age 34, was involved in this crime and that he had left town in the victim's car. Evidence was collected from various sources that confirmed Searcy's involvement and implicated two other individuals, white female Jennifer Schulte, S-C-H-U-L-T-E, age 37, and Ray Jones, white male, age 21. On Tuesday, April 11th, investigators determined that the suspects were at a Greyhound bus station in Boca Raton, Florida. Our investigators coordinated with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Delray Beach Police Department in that jurisdiction. Agents and officers responded to that Greyhound station and safely detained all three suspects at the bus station. The suspects were then transported to the Delray Beach Police Department headquarters, where detectives from JSO, Neptune Beach, and Neptune Beach interviewed the individuals there. Two of the three suspects gave detailed accounts of what had occurred, which allowed us to charge all three with attempted murder, robbery, and kidnapping. So they have been down in Palm Beach County since that time. The investigation indicated that the victim was lured to a location on the west side where he was kidnapped at gunpoint, robbed of various property, including his car, and then taken to the woods where his throat was slashed. The investigation is still very active at this point. We have not been able to conduct an interview with our victim based on the severity of his injuries. He's just medically not able yet. As a result of that, we will not be releasing any jail booking photos at this time. In addition, the exact circumstances behind how the victim came into contact with these three suspects is still being determined, so we're not going to go into any detail about that as well. I'd like to especially thank the Neptune Beach Police Department, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Miami-Dade Police Department, the Delray Beach Police Department, the Clay County Sheriff's Office, and the FHP. That's all I have. Any questions?
So the vehicle was found in Miami, but then the 3 suspects were found in Delray at a Greyhound bus stop
Boca Raton, yes, ma'am.
in Boca Raton.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's correct.
And when exactly were they located at the bus stop?
That was April 11th. It's a Tuesday in the evening time, about 8 o'clock that evening.
What's the current condition of the victim, and do these suspects have any priors?
The suspects do have priors. We will get you the criminal histories. The female has an extensive criminal history. The older male has a more extensive criminal history. The 21-year-old has a couple of juvenile arrests, but nothing.
With JSO or just?
With JSO, yes.
And the correct spelling for Donald's last name?
C-E-R-C-Y.
These folks were not relatives.
And it's Douglas. Doug.
Douglas.
Correct.
These folks were not relatives, acquaintances, had nothing to do with the victim prior to this event happening.
They are not relatives, these suspects. The exact nature of how they became acquainted at that time or how they came into contact is still under investigation.
You said he was lured. Do we know how or why he was lured?
Again, we have an idea, but all those details need to be confirmed with Mr. Clark.
I know it's early, but are these suspects, potentially suspects or persons of interest in other local crimes or fit the bill, MO, of any other crime?
Nothing to that degree. Nothing that we know of.
And have there been any similar crimes in that same area with this type of scenario?
No, nothing like that.
I kind of glossed over it before, but you were mentioning that the nature of the relationship between the suspect and the victim is under investigation?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Anything else?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.